my name is Michelle Miller, and I'm the Executive Director of the First Tee of Greater St. Louis. The First Tee has been in St. Louis since 2006, and we've come a long way in the last 7 years. We are now at 6 program locations in the Greater St. Louis area. We partner with over 20 other youth-serving organizations with an outreach program, and are in 16 elementary schools. So this year alone, in 2013, we will serve 8,000 kids. Our curriculum teaches kids decision making, how to set goals, and conflict resolution. The First Tee is more about life and less about golf. We empower kids each day to make their own decisions. Throughout this video, you will be hearing from some of our supporters and some of our participants about their experience with the First Tee of Greater St. Louis.
I find it really interesting, Jay, that the game of golf works so well for kids, and it's kind of an interesting matchup. A lot of the times, these are underprivileged kids getting a chance to learn life skills through the game of golf. Why do you think these two things came together?
Well, I think the game of golf is special. You know, we're both sports fans, and so many kids are sports fans, and the game of golf is special because there's really no referees. You know, there's when you play the game of golf, you take it upon yourself to abide by the rules. And, you know, we played a lot of golf together. There's certain times where you look at each other and go, I can't believe that just happened, but I got to have 2 shots on the score. And I think...
Normally that's me saying that. Now you go ahead, yes.
I think what's important, I can still remember as a young guy playing, and, you know, how competitive you are, and you might have a chance to win, and one of these penalties happens to you, and it's like a punch to the gut. And I think there's that moment where you have to decide, am I going to call this penalty or not? And I think, you know, we've all as young kids kind of maybe fudged a rule here and there, and I can remember it just didn't sit right with me. And I think for me, that was one of the things that hooked me so much on it. You know, I just think the lessons I've learned on the course are as powerful as any lessons I've learned in life.
And yet that's to me the exciting part of this program, because you're talking about calling a penalty on yourself. You're talking about keeping yourself honest. And it's not about, did my ball just go into the hazard, or did I ground my club in a red staked area? We're talking about now taking what you learn on a golf course and applying that to life. And a lot of times these are kids that lack a role model, that don't have somebody that are giving them the, you know, in essence, the on-course guidance that so many of us were lucky enough to have in life. I mean, my on-course guidance was from my dad, and my mom telling me the way to behave, the right things to do, how to finish my homework, how to be responsible, be on time. That all of these things happen in the game of golf, but that's not really what the First Tee is about. It's about more than golf.
Oh, much more than golf. It's about those values that your mom, my mom and dad we are so fortunate to have as part of our everyday life. So we're taking those and we're shifting them to those that are less fortunate. We're using the game of golf as like a conduit to show them a different way. And one of the coolest things when I meet these kids, one of the things that I notice first and foremost is the way they introduce themselves. You know, all the other sports we played, you might have shaken hands with the other team, you may not have, sometimes it's at the end of the game, but when you're playing golf, you know, you go to the first tee, you extend your hand and your eyes come up and you make eye contact. That is crucially important for kids as they go to the first job interview, and then just as they meet you know, whomever they meet in their everyday life. And it's those little things that I've noticed through the 6-8 years that we've been at the First Tee that make such a difference. And I know when I see that we're on the right track.
Some of the statistics that are out there are alarming, and statistics such as 1 in 4 kids during their public school, high school life will drop out of school. And the numbers even jump up for African American children or Hispanic kids. I mean, it's a 50-50 proposition. And so if you get kids, in my opinion, into a structured environment like the First Tee, learning about life, learning about responsibility, there's no way you can say that doesn't then bleed over into how they live their lives, either at school or away from school, in social settings, whatever it may be.
Well, I think they see themselves succeed in that structured environment, and then they're going to start craving it. They're going to understand, geez, I need to be organized. I need to show up on time. You know, all the things that the First Tee and the 9 core value system tries to instill in them. And I think those successes are crucial for those kids to see them. I mean, you can see some of the kids that have gone through our program, their self-esteem, it's like they're getting blown up, you know, where they see themselves go through the classroom work. You know, that's a huge part of the First Tee. And then they get to go out and learn some of the golf skills, go out on the golf course and some of those things. And that's just crucial.
My name is Marissa Jones, and I've been playing golf for 6 years. I'm at the birdie level now, and some things I've gotten out of golf is that some good etiquette skills, like when I go home, how to keep my room clean, and when I go to different places, and how to keep the environment clean. And I've learned some good golf techniques and skills.
I think some of the numbers are surprising, alarming, encouraging for the First Tee. When you talk about the ability to teach life skills, the University of Minnesota did a study, and it compared kids that came through the program at First Tee to kids who go through other youth organizations, and there's a retention rate that comes to kids who have gone through the First Tee program of 72% retention rate compared to 50% in other youth organizations, which I find remarkable.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And also in that same study, they found that the kids that participated in the First Tee, 73% of them felt like after going through the program for 3 years, felt like their ability to do well in school and academics increased greatly. And then 82% of those same kids felt more confident in dealing with their peers. So, you know, we know we're doing something right. We know that we're on the right track here. And I think it's just really important to get this message out to our community. I mean, we both live in St. Louis. We're not going anywhere anytime soon, and it's just a really cool thing to be able to provide for the community and for the kids out there.
Yeah, and more than just statistics. I think when you talk to kids that have come through this program, you sense that this has been life-changing, whether it's the 9 core values or it's just flat out learning the game of golf. There's so much there, and I think for any parent watching this video, any parent sitting in a room wondering if they should be a part of this program and do what they can to help it, you know, my gosh, we have our kids. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my child, but some kids don't have that person out there fighting for them, and to put a child into a program like this gives them such a head start. It gives them such a leg up into becoming productive members of society and confident young people. That's to me what excites me about the First Tee.
Well, you know, the other thing that crosses my mind is we've all been so lucky. We've all been so fortunate. We've all been given so much. And we all love the game of golf and our community. I mean, this is just a no-brainer for a way to give back. You know, and to, you know, the kids are the future of the game. They're the future of our city. They're just the future, and the more that we can invest in them, and you know, the 9 core value program, the First Tee, it's a win for all of us.
The last thing I'll say is to me, it's kind of ironic. I mean, you think about golf, and I think most people's perception would be golf is such a privileged game. We're sitting here at a country club. We're in front of this beautiful piece of property. You know, typically you associate golf with high greens fees and people with money to throw around, and yet here's this great game that forces you to police yourself and to call fouls on yourself and to be on time and to be, I think, courteous and cordial to the people you're playing with. And so through this game, you're teaching kids these core values that help them succeed. I think it's an unbelievable marriage.
It's been a great thing. I just know being in the game, being a professional for 30 years, getting to go to the places I've gone, the courses I've played, the people I've met. It's just I've just been so fortunate, and I'd like to try to give back.
Plus, you're an old man. I mean, it's obvious you can play golf.
And you look great in those glasses. You are a sexy man in those glasses. You know that?
Thank you.
My name is Chris Booker. I'm a senior at St. Louis University High School. I've been involved in the first tee since 2006, since the very beginning. The two core values that I felt have helped me most in my life, I would say, would be confidence and honesty. The confidence that first tee instilled in me has helped me have more confidence in my everyday life and have the outgoingness to go try new things and explore different possibilities. And especially in school with maybe trying out for a new club or for a play or a team that I didn't know if I was going to make or not. The honesty part has always been making sure I never lied to myself about the things I could accomplish by probably school.
What I like about this program, one of the many things, is that no kid is turned down. And you think of the game of golf, and I would imagine parents or guardians would say, well, that's an expensive sport, that's something you shouldn't be a part of. That's not the case at all with the first team.
No, if someone comes to the program and they can't afford the program, they're not turned away. We try to, well, that's why we're trying to raise money, just so that we can pay the fees for them. And if a young person comes to the program and goes through the classroom work and does what they're supposed to do, they walk out with a set of golf clubs as well. And so we're really, what we're really talking about is investing in the future, and we're giving these kids clubs, and they're going to grow out of it. And we're doing all that we can to keep them in the game and teach them the game and just really try to make their life better, improve their life.
And no kid is turned away. That's great.
Hi, I'm Ryan Fitzgerald. I am an Eagle participant in the first tee of Greater St. Louis. I've been with the first tee for going on 7 years now. One of the best experiences that I've had overall in the program itself would have to be going down to Disney World and getting involved with the Future Leader Forum. I didn't really realize how much of a great experience the actual program would give me about deciding about what different careers they have within golf itself, and not just being a player, but getting involved with the maintenance and just the overall course upkeep. I also like the camp that we went to down in Tennessee. It was an Ace and Eagle Academy, where they took the best of kids from around the southern region and they invited them to play a week in Tennessee. I've been to that camp for 3 years now. I also got to go to Hank Haney, which was another camp down in South Carolina, which let us work one-on-one with professional pros. I think the greatest thing that I could offer to give to other kids to want them to come to the first tee would definitely just be the experience of a lifetime. It's not something that you get to do every day. I mean, being able to travel at least the United States and getting to know kids from all over the world, getting involved with the game of golf, learning life skills at the same time, is definitely a strength that the first tee has. And I appreciate everything that they've given to me, and I look forward to giving back as much as possible.
Hi, my name is Ryan Wolak, and I go at first tee. I am a level player, and I am a student at CPOP school. What I like about the program is that it's really fun. We get to play golf baseball.
For more information, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and connect with us on LinkedIn.